I'm Jo Wdsworth, I'm web editor at the Argus. For me, community reporting is letting people use the Argus website to tell stories about their own neighbourhoods, about whatever they think will interest their neighbours.
Okay, and do you think the community reporters need an Argus?
No, but I think that it gives them a ready-made audience. I think it also gives them a sense of pride. I like to think that the Argus brand is still strong enough in the community that they're happy and proud to be writing for us, and it gives a place for everyone to come together in one place to an extent as well.
Great. And does an Argus need a community reporter?
Definitely. We definitely need community reporters. We would be nothing without our community, and this is a great way of getting them even more involved.
Great, thank you.
I'm Paula Snyder. I'm a teacher at Whitehall Primary School. But before I retrained as a teacher, because I've just finished my probationary year, I worked as a journalist for a long time, more than 20 years. Good question. What is community reporting? I think community reporting is what the community needs it to be to reflect their interests and their priorities, and I think communities can set that. I'm running a little school newspaper up in Whitehall, and the children who come to the newspaper club are the ones who set the content for the paper. They decide what goes in it. They tell the head what we're doing. He does occasionally express a preference. But I think a community needs to approach its reporting from the perspective of the community and not from the media.
Brilliant. And what sorts of things do you think would be useful in terms of the support that we could provide to community reporters from the point of view of having this sort of project?
I think looking at partnerships is always a really good idea, and one of the things I hope to talk about tonight is the way that community reporters could team up with schools and produce joint publications. Schools have access to resources that communities don't necessarily. And if a school felt that a community reporting group was going to bring additional skills in and support the children, say, in an after-school newspaper club like I'm doing, then I could see how, for example, the little Whitehall Primary Gazette that I've been doing could become the Whitehall Gazette.
Yeah.
And actually it could serve the community but be based around the school.
Great, thank you. Off you go.
Hello there, I'm Ron Sharrat. I live in Woodingdean, which is to the east of Brighton. I became involved with community reporting about a year ago now with the local Argus. I saw their thing online. I thought I want to become involved in that. The thing is, it's working from the bottom up. It's working down there. We live there. We're ordinary people. We're not professional journalists, but we're telling the stories from right being down there in the community ourselves. The great thing about what's happening here at Skip and that is that they're showing us how to do it and do it more effectively. Also, for example, tonight we've been looking at headlines, how to write a headline, which will make people want to read the story. I must tell you, the other thing is actually within the community, it's given me an excuse to go and meet people and talk to people, and they're fascinated. You know, yesterday I went to talk to the local youth leader, and she immediately welcomed me, and she sat down in her community at her computer and saw a story I've done this last week about a local man who jumped out of a plane at 10,000 feet to raise a couple of £1,000 for a local hospice. I was fascinated by it. And I did a story with her, with him. She took a photograph and it went out online immediately. And excitedly, he said to me, "Can we become involved?" They want to become involved. They want to tell their stories themselves rather than someone from the outside.
Great.
And that's it.
Brilliant. Thank you.
My name's Paul Jackson. I'm a photographer. I also work with Brighton and Hove Black History. I came today because of a number of reasons, some events and things that I'm running, such as a film festival and some other community projects. I came because I was interested in getting involved in some community projects and also resourcing other people to help with those projects and use my skills to provide to them as well. I think it fulfilled some of the criteria that I wanted, and also some surprise sort of little nuggets of information and people found in there as well, I think. So all in all, very good.
Okay, thank you. And the stuff you're talking about with Black History, is that from the community corner of that triangle, do you think? Is that sort of trying to support things that are already happening?
Yes, that is from the community corner of that. It's kind of feeding in and trying to network on their behalf with their interests at heart, as well as perhaps networking with my interests and my things that I need and want to give from that side as well. So yeah.
Thank you. And will you be back?
I think so. I'm very busy over the next couple of weeks, but I will be back.
Cool. Thank you.